One of the questions I had was, should we have that more police living in these communities to make sure that these individuals, that our communities are able to see police officers on a regular basis as opposed to when they show up because something's wrong?
Ideally, yes. In my opinion. Ideally, yes. I mean, I tend to have a radical bent, so I'm not going to apologize for anything. Look, residency is something that I've always had to live with in Philadelphia, in Trenton. I was a resident of Trenton a month before I started working here, and I've been here ever since. Listen, I understand the idea that you shouldn't have to mandate where people live and those kinds of things, but conceptually and ideally, especially in a city like Trenton, where there's been a vast erosion of the tax base. We talk about middle-income families. Someone just mentioned it. That's what we're talking about: police officers, school teachers, public employees. And in order to grow a base and to have a community that is livable and safe and vital, why not have residency? So that's just my personal opinion on that. I say ideally because now the laws have been lifted. Residency is no longer a requirement. Even in my hometown of Philadelphia, I never thought I would see this. Today, you do not have to be a resident of Philadelphia to be a police officer in that city. So it gives you a sense of how this issue has been lobbied across the land. And now I would venture to say that to find residency as a requirement to be a police officer in the community is probably a very rare, if not altogether gone.
Right.
I believe even with a residency law, it's only for a certain period of time, and the minute that time passes, most of the law enforcement officers are going to leave. Especially in a city like Trenton, Jersey City, Camden, or those areas. If they're going to be either looking for that society hill part of the town where they're separated from the community, and that's not the purpose of the residency law anyway. So you're going to have the same issue. When we come up in the neighborhood, I'm from Jersey City, born and raised, we grew up thinking of ways to get out. Not to not help the community, but you look at how other communities are living and you say, that's what I want. Maybe about 12, 13 years ago, maybe a little longer, I forget how old I am. But I asked the mayor that came to one of the churches in Jersey City, what are you doing for people like myself who want to stay in the city, who want to help the community? And he said, move to Port Liberty when that was coming up. Well, I am a New Jersey public servant, and I don't make that kind of money to live at Port Liberty. So I have to go because I love the community. I still do work there. I don't live in Jersey City anymore, but I'm not going to live next to the subsidized housing where we're not looking at our property as the same. That's where the issue comes with policing the neighborhoods. I didn't grow up with the same mentality that I have now when I pay for my own house, when I'm protecting my own property. I thought it was okay to play football in the middle of the street and sit on people's cars because I didn't understand that we need to protect the property value. So we teach our kids that today when we get it, but now I look back and I understand that the youth still in the city, they're not getting that in the basis of the city. So the officer's still going to leave as soon as the residency part. They may even have two houses. One here for the residency and another where they're going to have their family packed away. So that's what's going to happen. Thank you.
So I'll be quick. I'm going to offer the contrary opinion on this. I live in Lawrenceville. I spend an inordinate amount of my workday focusing on issues here in Trenton. I don't do that because it's just my job. It's because I am passionate about it, and I care about it, and I care about this city. And I work here, and I want it to succeed. I am not even from New Jersey, as a matter of fact. I grew up outside of Washington, D.C. So the person that I have come into contact with in Trenton PD, who I think cares more about Trenton than anybody else, I won't mention her name, but she also does not live in Trenton, but she cares more about the city than I think anybody I've ever met. You don't need to have a particular address or zip code to care about the community that you work in. You just have to care about the community that you work in. And I understand intuitively it would make sense that if, you know, I would want somebody from Lawrenceville to be a member of my police department, but if they don't care about the residents who live there, if they don't care about making sure that kids can get to school safely, and they don't care that people can go out into parks and can walk the streets at night safely, then it doesn't matter where they live. And so, again, I think that there's some like knee-jerk or superficial sense to the argument, but I think the more important thing is recruiting and training, whether it's police officers or lawyers or teachers or whoever it is, to care about the community that they serve, regardless of where they go at the end of the day. It's just, again, not speaking on behalf of the Attorney General on this one, just my personal opinion.
Charles, well, I have an opinion. As a warden in Mercer County Workhouse, I would think that if, and I'm just speaking, trying to think of Mercer County, if you're a correction officer working in Mercer County, then you should live in Mercer County. Okay, there's plenty of homes and fine residents in these 13 municipalities, and if the Mercer County taxpayers is going to pay for you, your career, your kids, you should spend those tax dollars in Mercer County. And that's how I feel about it. On the other hand, when you talk about Trenton, the question begs is, what can be done to make those police officers want to stay, want to live in Trenton? I mean, I grew up in Trenton for the most part. I moved out when my mom moved and whatever. I've always been in Trenton. I'm good anywhere in Trenton, you know, but how do we get those persons who, excuse me, you're taller than I am, trying to job. How do we get people who work for the city of Trenton, who are law enforcement officers for Trenton, to stay in Trenton and spend their tax dollars in Trenton to help them build up Trenton, or at least in Mercer County to help them build up Mercer County? I don't have no brothers. I've been all over the world. I served in the Marine Corps for 13 years. That's fine. But if the tax dollars, and this is politics at its best, if we're paying you, spend your dollars here. Send your kids to school here, if that's possible. But stay here, because you can't appreciate who you're dealing with if you can do what you do and go to Philadelphia. If you can do what you do, and I'm not always talking about the good things, I'm talking about some of the negative things, and then take off to go to Willingboro. Because if you know you have to live in this community, then you're going to treat people right. You're going to treat them right the way you arrest them. You're going to treat the kids right the way you approach them. It's not one of those issues where I can say what I want, I can treat you any kind of way. Guess what? I live in Philadelphia. Okay? So, I mean, I only look at it that way, you know, and I believe that that's what should happen. I see kids, as I travel up and down Trenton's road, Olden Avenue, Calhoun Street, standing there for the drill team collecting dollars. Well, you know what? They shouldn't have to do that. We should be supporting those kids. You know, we should, churches, I mean, we got more churches in Trenton, I'm just going to talk about Trenton, than we used to have bars. But those kids should be taken in. Some of the police agencies like PVA 105, PVA 167 for the correctional center, and I can talk about those guys who I know are sponsoring teams. But these same people stay here and help us rebuild this city. When Mayor Holland was here forever as the mayor, and I was a kid, and Sears and Roebuck and all those places was here, Trenton was a great place. And now it's because everybody thinks that, well, I work here and make the money and go that way. I think it has to be some kind of meeting, okay? And then you can talk about communication. Then you can talk about how do you make these kids appreciate you, okay? I mean, a lot of my officers do live in Trenton. They don't bunch of them live in Wilbur, a few live in Pennsylvania, you know, other places. They need to be in Mercer County if you're a Mercer County traffic officer, okay? Because I'm telling you, everybody knows, I mean, if you want to go high scale, run up the whole well, East Windsor. I mean, they give you $500 million homes if you want to spend that kind of money. If you don't, come on over to Union, Lawrence, and we somewhere up in there. Not that high, but you know, my point is, spend your money in Mercer County. Okay, because a lot of officers still live in Trenton, on South Cook, Walnut. You know, I lived on Walnut for years. So, that's all I have to say.